trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change. Face of a model, that's so typical. Body of the dominance, that's so typical. Tell like a god in a flex. So cynical, so bad, cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch, the ridicule. It's so
Man was sitting to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jerk up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle, as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You look at this Raiders defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Levis sets up to throw here. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Levis will sneak it. And he is going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Genty. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up, They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now it's Fields. He'll buy some time right. Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Genty. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Raiders at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Out of the gun, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Now a carry for Allen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Braylon Allen, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Levis back to throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Levis. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Play action. It's Fields rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Genty. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Run straight ahead with Genty. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Fields changing the play. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll go. Here's Genty. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Zamir White, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Juwan Bentley there to get him down. Second and 10. Now Fields. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw, it's Levis. He'll drop this down to Williams. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Third and 9 here. Here's Levis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A nice little juke. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, LA. Terrence Ferguson, 64 yards. And the Rams are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And some space here. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Levis, quick completion out wide.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Levis looking to move him around a bit. Williams again.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Williams.
He gets, and this time he is in.
Yes.
Kyron Williams. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Fields. The quick hitter complete. It's Bowers. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A give out of the gun to Genty.
A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Throwing quickly out wide, Atwell.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Levis out of the shotgun now. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. This third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Genty.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Levis looking to throw. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Levis to throw it. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Levis. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Flush to his right. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A field goal, the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Hey, Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Genty.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Play action. Fields slings this deep from McLaurin.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Now it's Fields. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And Levis completes this out wide.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Levis sets up to throw here.
He's going to air one out.
And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game.
Lonnie Johnson picks it.
And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Over the middle, complete. It's Thornton. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Back to throw, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And Levis going to change the play. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Now 2nd and 5. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and 9. Levis back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cruz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
They had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground with Genty. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Run. It's Genty. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Fields. He'll get this out to Genty. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now Levis. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Levis. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. Here comes Genty. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. Looking to throw. Fields. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Carlson able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Shotgun snap, Fields. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The ball on the 16 for 2nd and 10. Fields going to change things up here. Now Allen. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Here's Fields. That's complete. It's Ashton Genty.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The kick by Carlson is good.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Levis, quick completion out wide.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Levis.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
They set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Levis, he'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught. It's the rookie from Clemson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Levis to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here comes second down. Levis. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Opting to run again here with White. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Las Vegas, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on